So we're at race weekend number 3 at sunny and hot Gimli, Manitoba, and it's a big event. There's a lot of cars from out of town. It's the Honda versus Mazda challenge, and it didn't quite work out quite as planned. It just turned into a lot of Hondas, but still there's upwards of 30 cars all racing at the same time, which is really good for Gimli, and should be an exciting weekend. Finished qualifying and you're really feeling the heat out here. It's you hop out of the car and you're drenched in sweat. It's just, not that you're working that hard, but it's just really hot in the car. Qualifying went okay. I think 3rd or 4th in class. I think that my tires might be past their prime. I'm still using the same set that I've been using all year, and I've had a lot of reliability problems, so I haven't raced a ton on them, but every time you heat them up and cool them off, they harden a little bit, they get a little less grippy. The Toyo R888Rs have been really good, but I've been they're getting close to the wear bars, and I've been pushing them quite a bit, and they've been a lot of heat cycles in them, so it's time to add a couple new tires to the rotation. So I'll keep the ones I've been using so far on the back. A little bit worn out rear tire is good, helps the car kind of rotate and get turned. And some nice grippy tires on the front will help with the pace, considering it seems like a lot of the competition's got fresh rubber on for this race weekend. We changed the final drive in the car, and so basically the engine's revving higher all the time, which is good because it's a little bit low, but it's a bit of a change in driving style. Like when your gears are a bit too tall, which I'm used to from Formula V, the gearing's not ideal for here in a Formula V car, so you kind of just throw it in a little bit faster than you should and then get on the gas as early as possible and just kind of wait for the engine to get back on the cam and, you know, bring you out of the corner. But with the gearing being lower, so the engines are revving higher, it's just a little bit mental adjustment, getting used to throwing the car in at a higher RPM. Like, just all the cues are a little off. But it's just like, we're talking, you know, a 1/10 or 2 difference here, but it adds up. Finished the first race, and to say it was a bit exciting is an understatement. In the first lap going into corner 9, I got a bit of a pit maneuver on myself, meaning somebody kind of tapped my rear bumper as I was coming through the really fast, heavily loaded section, and as soon as you get in, even just, you could almost spin a car just by pushing it with your hand, and the car just spun off. But I missed the giant tractor tire by a foot or so, continued on and made my way back up to 5th place or something like that from somewhere near the last. Had another kind of odd issue midway through that race. They give you the 1 to go flag, which is the checker flag wrapped up, and it's 1 lap, and they put it out by accident, so a bunch of us thought that there was 1 more lap, and there was actually more, like 6. But it happens. Just finished the second race, and Al had a bit of a problem. His wheel fell apart, so we had several laps behind the pace car, and then we finally got going again, and I was able to pick up a couple spots and get a bit of a gap, and ended up winning. Normally the last race of the day is the 3rd one, but today we've got an extra one coming up, and that was going okay. Clint made a nice move into 1 and got past me on the opening lap, and then on starting the 2nd lap down the straight, the car just shut itself off for some reason. By the time I figured out what went wrong and started it up again, it was lost about 7 places or something like that. But yeah, just kind of made my way forward a bit, and that's it for that. So we're starting this Mazda, well, it's supposed to be the Mazda versus Honda Challenge, and Sports Car Club did a really good job putting that on, and a lot of guys came from out of town, and Echelon Wealth Partners sponsored the event, but instead of doing the Honda versus Mazda, because lots and lots of Hondas came out, because there's just so many in Manitoba, I guess, we're ended up doing is 4 teams. So we haven't really done this before, so I'll be curious to see how it goes, but we're basically grouped together into 4 teams with sort of an average speed that is equal amongst the group, and then however we finish, whatever group gets the most points wins the race, I think. And this is the first part, and there's a second part that happens tomorrow, and then I guess there's like a trophy or something for that. So it's just an excuse to go drive around some more, really. So that last race, I don't even know what to call it. I guess it was like a team race. There was a lot going on out there. Like it was lapping a bunch of cars, and there was a lot of traffic, and like coming up on lap cars with 3 guys fighting over the same spot. Like it was pretty intense, and it was pretty fun. I don't really know what happened in terms of results. I guess it's more one of those things that the timing and scoring guys are going to go work on that, and then in 15 or 20 minutes they'll let us know what happened, because it's basically how well your team did overall in terms of points, I guess. And I think we did pretty well. I passed a few guys, Al passed a few guys, and I don't know what Bill was doing ahead. I think Johnny did pretty well too, so and a few guys dropped out, so but nobody from our team, everybody on our team made it to the end. And you know, to finish first, you must first finish, as they say. And what else I got? You can't win the race on the first lap, but you can lose it. No, that's all I got. So anyways, yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there, but we'll find out sometime. And you know, it was just an excuse to go drive the crap out of our cars and have a really good battle, I guess.
Check out the next episode to find out what happens in Sunday's racing and the results of the Echelon Wealth Partners Honda versus Honda Challenge.